Almost the weekend.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I got a bit of background noise. Ant-Man, I think that's you with some background noise, or yeah, hot mic. Cool. All right, let's get things working.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Bring out your colors. A lot of you already know this stuff. Right, got a screen. That's good. Is the microphone clear, guys, so far? My microphone? All good? Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool. You keep getting these notifications of US things, whatever. If it's no good, let me know. So far, all good. Cool. All right, so we got a screen, we got recording, we got looking at the news calendar, we got something coming up 9:45. Chicago PMI. Is that important? Does anyone know? Chicago PMI, what's that? Does it have any impact?
I didn't think about it, but I thought I saw it had like 3 stars, didn't it?
It's got 2, yeah.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, there's usually some reaction to it most days.
10 o'clock news is more important.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. It's not one of those. I should stop taking all this news. I kind of discovered recently I've been way too conservative with all this new stuff. So let's see. We have Chicago PMI, then we have inflation expectations at 10. Now that sounds like it'll move things around a bit. That should make sense. Problem with the United States is there's what, 50 states, 51 states? Every one of those states has some sort of announcement every day. You hardly get a chance to trade. So what the hell? Yeah, pick your states, I guess. Michigan one makes sense, I think. All right, so as far as news is concerned, it's just the 10 o'clock thing I'm going to pay attention to. We got a bunch of stuff coming out at 10, all that Michigan stuff. Consumer sentiments, inflation expectations, and then stuff later on at 12:30. All right, so we're clear till 10, the first 30 minutes. So I still stood out the first 3 or 4 minutes. Jumpy. And let's see what we got here on the spot. We got the levels here. We have, what was the sold out? What is all this? Big push up overnight. No, that was yesterday. It was messy, no opportunities. Today it's just sitting in the area. Huh, that is interesting. Very interesting place. We've got, I think the consolidation here on the top side, it kept bumping itself up there before really pushing down not long ago at 8 a.m. Well, that is full. That's 8 a.m. candle, right? Yeah. Well, the 8 a.m. was there and then it continued down. Well, this is interesting. Still, so the breakout to the upside, again, makes more sense than anything else to me because of the fact that it kept bumping itself up there around 590. I don't see anything on the downside. I mean, even if it goes to the downside and breaks out, I'll be taking it.
That 590 is also PDC.
It's PDC, yeah, just about there. But also the quality of this consolidation isn't great. Let's see how these next couple of candles close. I want to see higher lows. So the only possibility, again, not a great thing right now, but possible to go long from the top of that pre-market area. Then halfway into, this is a really wide range today. So halfway through, you think about de-risking it, which is pretty much where we found resistance, about 592. So interesting. Keep an eye on it for the next 10 minutes and make a clear decision. Brendan, you're here. Welcome, man. Good to see you.
Yo, yo, yo.
There we go. You're finally on
What's
with
up,
us.
Brendan?
I don't.
Cool. All right. What do we got in the chat? We want to look at. Mark, you got a hot mic, I think. Yeah, there we go. Alexander, you want to look at NVIDIA's 30-minute chart. All right, let's look at it. Let's see. What do you see here? Great big consolidation area, so breakout in either direction. But again, I don't like the downside because, again, the consolidation, a little bit that did happen, happened up here. It is pretty firm resistance, but if it breaks through, then, you have a good breakout. You can see where it was support, trend resistance yesterday. And so far in the pre-market, it's been resistance. So again, an explosive breakout, a breakout there would be explosive. It'll go fast. And you'd be scalping out up to 140, but there's liquidity up there. On the downside, I'm just not convinced of any of this. Even though it's been weak yesterday, it's finding a lot of support. I want to see a good consolidation before a breakout. Basically, that's how I like to see breakouts. But also as scalpers and volatility traders, you have enough of a range inside of the 8 a.m. candle to scalp it if you're into such things. I don't like doing that, but that's there too. All right, what else we got? Video on screen over here. Cool, we got about 10 minutes, guys. I've got nothing on my mind again, except the sunset out here. Beautiful day again. Other than that, let me know what you want to talk about while I try and make up my mind about what to do about this SPY thing. See if there's anything worth it.
What about the AMD?
I can't hear you. It's really weak. You got to get closer to your microphone.
Yeah. What about AMD?
AMD, Paris? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have a look. What do we got? So we got the levels there. It's interesting, actually. Push down. So you have this one as a push down and rejected, and it's not really a consolidated, again, up at that 113 area. And the consolidation seems to be more on the downside here. So this is interesting, actually. This is more interesting for a breakdown as far as price action is concerned. So one of those odd things you might get at the open is it could be an ORB or some sort of momentum play going down and bouncing off of that high from a few days ago down to 111. Over there, you'd be careful. You'd scalp it. You use that 111 zone as a target if you're taking it short. So this actually, so far of everything I've seen, this has the best short setup on the 30-minute chart. So that's why I can do that. Not too bad. That's okay. It's probably the cleanest setup I've seen so far today. Cool. I might need to flip a coin on the SPY to decide what to do with it. No, that's not a strategy, guys. Don't do that. Let's see. Yeah, the breakout to the upside makes a lot of sense. Again, this candle right now, the second candle that's going on, well, the current candle is a higher low than the previous one. It's likely to continue. Ideally, I'd like it to go after with higher lows, like a couple of 30-minute candles, and then it'll be a good setup for the break to the upside. That would be really ideal, but this isn't too bad already with the higher low taking place at the 9 a.m. candle after that 8 a.m. nonsense. What happened at 8 a.m. today? We had the 8 a.m. stuff, and then obviously there was something. Anyone up to date?
There is so many news between 8 to 8:30. If you look at the calendar, between 8 to 8:30, there is not 10, 15 different news.
All right.
That big drop was from a Trump tweet.
Oh, what did he say? More tariff stuff.
Just talking trash about China.
Oh gosh. All right. The market's along today. There you go. Basically. Okay. He's awake. provides all these opportunities for people to get buy it real cheap, you know, at 586, 585. Basically, that's all he's done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
See this price action here on the 1 minute chart on the SPY? It's been really good. It's been putting in higher lows every time, and oddly enough, even higher highs. You have the high here at about 820, about 830-ish, 835, and now just a few minutes ago, higher lows and higher highs. What do you call that? An uptrend. So if it gets up to this 590 zone, consolidates, and then looks for a breakout, I would look for a breakout. I think that makes sense. So I'm looking at two patterns. So you have the 1 minute and you have the 30 minute. 30 minutes first, of course. Again, the higher lows making sense. The previous big consolidation. So again, I need to have a firm breakout of 590.12. Because you can see that has been firm resistance yesterday and overnight. When it did break out, that was overnight yesterday. So let's see if this breakout does happen. I think it'd be really good. And then I'm going to put 592 approximately in the middle of my area. It's a very large range. 592 is approximately where I want to get the risk off the table. The final target is up here around 594. And you can see 592 was obvious resistance as well. So, all right, that's the plan. Let's see. But again, I have to see a good consolidation on the 1 minute. It might take 5 minutes to do it, and then if it gets too close, I won't. So we got news at 10. Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
Hey, Avi, good morning.
Morning.
How about the breakdown from 590 to 587?
590, where? Oh, down. I don't want to play it in this area. It's messy. You see where it's been messy through yesterday, the second half of yesterday, and all the top half of this area is just a mess. And look, even looking back, it was a mess a couple days ago. See that? I don't want to. If it's been a mess in that area, I expect it to continue to be a mess in that area. I don't want to touch it.
Okay.
So I'd be very careful.
Okay, thanks.
Avi, I don't want to trade Tesla, but just want to get your opinion for the candles. When you look at the 30 minutes and you see that I don't see much of a consolidation between the 8 a.m. candles, but I see the 8 a.m. candles is just by itself. There is a pressure toward down to become bearish. But what do you think of it generally as a candle analysis?
You know, the 8 a.m. one is an interesting one. It is basically market moving things around, right? You can't even transact within that 8 a.m. candle. There's order settling. So when you're looking at something like you got lower highs, you got to ignore that 8 a.m. candle. That's what I typically do with these wicks. I don't like to look at it. So just ignoring the 8 a.m., you have lower highs. You have a consolidation that happened earlier this morning. And so I'd say Tesla, again, if it comes down to this 530, was it 353 area and consolidates on the chart, could be a decent breakdown. I think this is okay. Just basically it's in a downtrend. It's still putting in lower highs, which means the sellers are still in charge.
Okay.
So yeah, I would think of that. That 8 a.m. candle, you know, it's more a point of reference for me. I don't like to include it in candle analysis, as in patterns. It breaks a lot of patterns, so just ignore the wicks and go with the bigger picture.
The pattern, okay.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting. Yeah, Tesla, if you take the short, you can go almost all the way to target. You have 350, an obvious number, and right about there, you have trouble from a couple days ago. So yeah, 350 makes sense.
That's 353. There is a big order there, so we can see better how it does at that 353, and then.
Yeah, see how it does. If it puts in a descending wedge or something like that on a 1 minute chart, a reverse ABCD, something like that, that could be fun. Could be all right. All right. What do we have? A couple of minutes to the open. I'm gonna get the SPY charts all ready to go. Now the open is pretty fast. If I take the long, I'll go out of the money this morning, 591, because if I take it, it'll be within the first 10 minutes. And things are still pretty fast at that time. Moves happen quickly. We go 591 contracts. There's a bit of a high yesterday. Oh, I'll just keep that in mind. Really, it should break right through that little wick that happened yesterday at the end of the day. And you know, the reason, I'll tell you guys, the reason I have confidence of when you have an upward breakout and you're thinking about it's going to break through whatever resistance is overhead. The place I get that confidence from is from lower highs. And so far, these two candles on 30-minute are making, higher lows. Well, I can speak to it. The reason is the higher lows. When it's making higher lows, it tells me that the bulls are taking over bit by bit by bit. And when the breakout happens, it goes aggressively. So again, let's see how it opens. Ideally, it looks like it's going to open where it is right now. Ideally, the first 30-minute candle does not drop below the previous 30-minute candle, and then it gets up to the 590 zone, consolidates a couple of minutes, and off we go. That would be ideal. If all that truly happens, I'll get into a 591 out of the money contract and let it run. 592 is where I would take a lot of it off probably, and then add again above if it goes. So that's the plan. All right, we have a minute or so to the open. Once again, guys, the market is a gold mine. Wait for it. Wait. Let your setups come. If they don't come, no trade. If they don't come now, it doesn't mean it won't come later, right? So wait for it, relax. Something always comes. Yeah, now go ahead.
Hey, Avi, good morning. I've been listening to your analysis, and it's very good, obviously, for the lower, for the higher highs and everything. But how would you be reading that gap on SPY if it's consolidating towards the bottom of that 8 a.m. candle? Wouldn't that a clean price action to the downside?
Yeah, if it consolidated down here, it could still do that later today. Then I'd be interested in a breakdown. Then I got to watch out of whatever's down there.
Yes, obviously some resistances or supports there in a way, but that the gap you're reading as a clean price action, or how are you reading it?
Oh, the gap. Yeah, I remember this on the day that this gap happened. It was basically all bullish. I look at it as an ABCD pattern. The move started down here, it went up, it consolidated, then straight up again.
Okay, so you're considering that as an ABCD. All right.
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see if we can get something early today. That would be fun for a change. I've only taken one trade this week. It's been incredibly slow. But all right. There you go, Tesla. Oh my God, you already made your day on Tesla if you got that. I got the air conditioning too cold in here again. Friday. Who called Tesla? It'd be done by now. It's already $1.50. Nice. All right.
Too damn fast for me.
Yeah, fast. A year ago, I was trading stuff like that. In the first 10 seconds, it'd be done in 30 seconds. It's too much. All right, I'm really watching the SPY here. I don't want this 30-minute candle to make a new low. If it does, my whole idea becomes invalid. I have to rethink it. So let's see. For now, it's going down. Oof, NVIDIA, jumpy, very jumpy. Huh? Careful. A lot of nonsense out there today. Let's see, SPY, where was the support area? It was in the bottom of the previous candle, but it should find support higher. Otherwise, it's very tricky to take. Actually, the most recent support is where it is now, just above 588. In the pre-market, you can see that. Just above the bottom of that first candle. There you go. Micro patterns. Listen to NVIDIA now, huh? Big breakout through 139.34. Be careful, it's already had 2 candles pushing up aggressively. Let it consolidate, pull back, let it bump off a moving average with a VWAP or something before you scalp it upwards, if you're scalping. Come on, SPY, what do you want to do? There's all kinds of little micro areas of support, but the SPY is to prove one of them. Yeah, Gaten, go ahead.
Hi, Avi. You mentioned it was a slow week this week. Is it something that you see often when it is a shorter week?
Nothing to do with short week, man. You're thinking too much again. Always. Always, man. Always. No. Just a combination of I can't trade when there's news coming out and no pattern setup. So it's just my trading style. For other people, you know, they have a tremendous week already. For me, it's just mostly sit and wait.
Okay.
All right. SPY looking like it wants to go down.
If a trade excites me, it's too late. Look at NVIDIA.
There you go. I was telling you, don't chase it up there.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yes,
that's my
yes.
new lesson for this week. I'm not gonna.
That's great. You're becoming more emotionally aware, and then you'll find your trading gets a lot better. You stop chasing, you stop doing all this stuff. Yeah, good stuff, man. It's powerful. Yeah, it looked good up there, second candle, but at the top of that second candle, that's where you don't go, and then boom, straight down. You can see it on the chart.
Last week I would jump on it and I would just say I'm gonna take it. Not anymore. Maybe it's just gonna move on, but it's not my. I'm not gonna take it at that second candle.
Yeah, please don't. Good, man. Good. You know it now. You know, again, money not lost counts in your P&L. Always. It's amazing how big those numbers get. Right, SPY. What did we find at the bottom there? You know what? I'd really prefer if the SPY sits in this zone where it is right now for 30 minutes. It'll really set itself well for the move later. Let's see. Ideally, I'm looking for a slower trade. Tesla now, guys. Tesla's getting more interesting. Watch that ORB, 5-minute ORB coming around maybe. Going up. See that range? The first candle basically defined the whole range. You can see it's stuck inside of it. When it breaks out, it'll be quite explosive. Again, this is for you ORB traders. So at the bottom now, getting to the bottom. Let's see. But be careful. This candle is huge on the spot on Tesla. So there goes break low of day, 355.
No love for NVIDIA AMD.
Yeah, long gone, huh? Yes. AMD, well, AMD did that breakdown we were talking about in the pre-market level. That actually very clean. Rising devil kind of setup. Well, not really, but 1 minute picture yet. That's a good one. Was it Paris? I think you were talking about it in the pre-market. That setup was good, and it's worked out. That's more interesting. But also Tesla real quick. If it rejects where it is right now, 355.25, you got a good move down. That's the ORB range. So let's see, Tesla might do an ORB going down. AMD. So the idea on AMD was in the pre-market, it's moved down and consolidated a couple of 30-minute candles right above the breakout area with lower highs, setting up good for a breakdown. Then on a 1 minute chart, open, pushed up a little bit, and then straight down. So if you can catch that breakout going down, that's great. You would have scalped it now and be out of there. And we had 111 as a tricky zone, so that was a place you de-risk a lot of it. Pretty good. Good stuff. All right, the SPY for me is a no-go. This 30-minute candle is already printed 180 below the previous one, so staying the hell out of this until something sets up. So now I have to wait for at least one 30-minute candle to close. Then I'll see if there's a setup. So once again, I've got to set it out. There was a little period there where it would have been interesting, but not to be. Anyone catch anything yet? Anything fun? You have this AMD breakdown. You had NVIDIA's 1 minute ORB going up, and then this 5 minute ORB going down. Yeah, Tesla, which is really jumpy but generally weak so far.
What do you think of Apple? It's looking very nice on the 30-minute, I think, or to the upside. But on the 1 minute, it's still stuck. But if it consolidates around 200,
Apple, what do we got? Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that consolidation up there is interesting. So if it gets there, and this is Apple, it's gonna take probably 3 days to get there, and then you can get a break. So take it easy with that. It may not. It might sit here all day. It's so slow. This thing. When it
Set
moves,
up for next week.
yeah, just wait. Just let it go. Don't hold your breath. But also, look, if you get the breakout there going overhead, you have some trouble, right? And this is a huge range again for today.
Yeah.
So right about here, about 150, you think about de-risking it before you run for the next target up.
Great.
That's interesting. Good catch. Then you can look at Apple yet. Nice. All right. AMD holding below 111, which is interesting. How do we find 111 on AMD? Let's look back on what did we say about this. 111 was, oh yes, resistance, previous resistance. And if it truly holds below 111, that's an indication for a continued move down. You have a reverse ABC. It's a very tricky one. This thing's got teeth on both sides at the moment. But I would keep, if you're trying to get into this, not get in, but add to this, you keep your stop above 111. Try and survive this consolidation before the move down. I think it's decent for a move down. It only did, what, look at that, consolidation, one leg down, consolidate, and then second leg. Don't plan for a third. The second leg hasn't happened yet. Good plan for that. And Tesla as well, doing that, or be going down for the last few minutes. Actually, again, that's good price action. Look at this. It's getting better. On Tesla, if you're just looking at the 1 minute chart, you have basically this area of the line there. That's the bottom, and you have the top right about there. So you have these between these green lines is the opening range. Then you have the breakout, then you have the retest. And give you about 3 minutes of opportunities to try and get a good entry up in here with stop right up there, and we're in this going down. So that's how you trade these things. Catch a retest, you have more conviction on it. And of course, it's all scalping. All this stuff is scalping. None of those bigger picture setups yet.
Can you take a look at NVIDIA? Because one side of me is saying that it's breaking down. Bookmark is saying that it's bullish. So I'm contradicting. I don't want to take in a trade when I'm contradicting.
Yeah, that's it. I was just gonna say, when you're feeling contradicted, you don't take a trade, you walk away until you have clarity. All right, so on the 1 minute chart, do you want to look at 30 minute? What do we have here? 30 minute.
From one side, I look at the breakdown, so it's break and then retest. But the other side, I see it's significantly bullish bookmap, so it's gonna go up.
Yeah, it's not ideal, I think, on either side, to be honest, at the moment. See, you had the consolidation up there earlier. You can see it even down here, but look at this candle. It did a false breakout on one side. Now it's in a false breakout on the other side. This is just like a diverging range. It's getting wider. It's chopping inside, chopping this range. So you want to be careful when you want to break out. You want to have a consolidation that's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, tighter and narrower. The tighter and narrower the range, the more explosive the breakout when it happens. This is not looking like that. This is looking like it's just going to bounce around up and down for a little while. So I understand the contradiction. This is messy. To my eyes, this is a mess.
With NVIDIA on Bookmap, though, there are some voids. So you look at the orders at 38 to 39 to 139.50. That order there at 138.50 really needs to start to fill in. And then those orders in between, those need to fill in as well. The latter just looks a lot better to the downside.
All right.
It would provide it to be a little bit more bearish at the moment until that ladder starts to fill up to the upside.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it just broke low of day as well right now while you were talking. So that's an interesting signal. On a 30 minute, it looks messy, but yeah, the 1 minute you see the reverse ABCD happening here. It's a tricky zone, not very clean, but it's happening. And yeah, the ladder.
If you're wanting to look for people to buy, those areas aren't filling in, and now liquidity just got pulled at 138.25, and liquidity's filling in lower. So,
Nice.
Looking to go long here. If you were looking for a buyer here, nothing's hitting the tape. There's no green bubbles, and there's no orders being put higher to fill in. So that's just a flat no-go. Now we got stacking on the ask right above price. So now we're really pushing and slamming the bid at the moment without getting that green to come through.
I was more toward breaking down. That's how I saw that, the red bubbles. But when I was looking at these other orders above that, I said, okay, what is going on? Maybe I'm wrong. So But yeah, I agree.
Play with the settings, especially if you go up to the top, that contrast black cutoff setting.
Yes.
Slide that in and out over and start to see what those orders look like filling in between those large orders versus what it looks like on a ladder under the downside. And if you start to see those come in a little bit more on the top side than they do on the downside to fill in a little bit better, that could be an indication they're starting to fill, and then maybe watch for them to come on stronger. But there's just the void up there, and you're not seeing green. You're not seeing green bubbles. You're not seeing green hitting the tape. You know, we do have somebody trying to absorb this selling, but these sellers are very aggressive on the bid. So we're getting a little bit of stacking on the bid to push price up here, but we're just really not filling into the top side.
Okay. Thanks, Nathan.
You're welcome.
We also reaching out the top of the range. It broke out on earnings on 30-minute chart.
Oh yeah, I had earnings a few days ago.
Yeah, right there. We're reaching
Yeah.
that. That was a whole range for like 5 days or whatever.
Oh yes, that's an interesting zone. Yeah, it's been there. Cool. Something to keep an eye on. Yeah, if you're going down and getting into some stuff there. Anyone catch AMD as well? It eventually broke through at 111. Second leg down. Anyone catch the second leg? If you survived the pullback.
Yeah, I'm still in AMD from the get-go.
Nice. There you go. This was the cleanest price action so far today, including the 30-minute chart. It was all really well set up. And it played out nicely as well.
With AMD, it just broke, but I didn't have a retest. Yeah, it had a retest at 111, but that was not. Yeah, that one. Yeah, maybe if you consider it pre-market, but I'm not using a pre-market. I'm not sure how to catch that AMD.
Yeah, this is nothing more than momentum. They're catching the momentum as it breaks through the bottom there to 111.58. So again, this is the kind of stuff Andrew does every morning for the last 12 years or 10 years, whatever it was. You're reading momentum and you're going with it, and you put in a tight stop. Ideally, you're not too far off from VWAP when you enter. And your stop is literally within your own candle, within your entry candle. So in this case, you would enter just below the burgundy line and stop just above, and then you get this going. It's something like that. But that's just the first leg. Now, this is not a retest. This 111 is just a consolidation before the second leg, the reverse ABCD. The second leg, well, the momentum's gone for now. So you'd be partialing it out and try to hold some for a little bit more if it goes. And that's it, the whole thing.
So it's not that your style, the way that you trade. So it's just catching momentum, yes, but it was not the breakout and retest the way that you normally do.
Yeah, it didn't do that. It didn't do the retest.
Yeah, and because that's how I catch it. I'm saying for the ones who catch it is good, but I don't see that the way that you trade.
Yeah. And the retest wasn't there, but the breakout was there. And second leg, the typical Wyckoff stuff. What's happening here? NVIDIA. Oh yeah, it's jumping around a bit. Okay, Tesla, there it goes. Somebody watch that. See, again, that breakout stuff just popped right through the green line, which is the top of the ORB, opening range. But, you know, you want to be careful with this. You probably find it's extended from the VWAP and such things. So it's unlikely to be a sustained move up. It's probably got to pull back. I mean, everything's probabilities, right? Here on the SPY, that's nothing to work with. Don't go chasing this stuff, guys. Tesla popped up, doesn't mean you chase it. There it is. There's a pullback. It ideally bounces off this green line area. Ideally, the VWAP catches up to, or at least the 90 EMA catches up to it in this area, 357. And then you get a good push upwards. What are you saying, Scott? Someone sold 2.4 million shares of NVIDIA just a minute ago. It wasn't me. Who did that? One of you guys did that. Stop selling. Stop dumping your stuff on the market, guys. Making it not fair for the rest of us.
At 9:45, a heavy volume of selling it came. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody did something. Some algo probably kicked in. Watch, there's a tweet out there.
Avi, what's about the Google?
Google. All right. Let's have a look. What do we have here on Google? Google Okay, again, the consolidation area from yesterday into the pre-market, into overnight action. And it looks like the breakout wants to happen. It's a little tricky though. It's really wide. I mean, it's hard to. Boy, Google's been gapping all over the place. Even if you do believe in the short here on Google, you have this 170 area where you could see it kept finding support right in this zone. It's a tricky area to trust the fact that it's going to go smoothly all the way down. So I don't trust the move. I don't exactly trust the setup either. It's not great. It's been pushing up and it's suddenly come down. I wouldn't put risk on this. Again, the quality of the consolidation is strange. It's like it's diverging again. See that high is higher, the low is in the same place. So the triangle's facing the wrong direction. It's getting wider, not narrower. So I don't trust it. I think it's going to be messy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was looking at Google as well to short it. The options spread is crazy, 30 cents.
Yeah.
Like, can't even take the call because it's just crazy.
Yeah. Don't throw your money at it. You're just giving your money away at that point. No point doing this. There's a good reason I stopped trading that as well. It's odd because Google's a massive company within options and liquidity, but it is. Even Meta is a massive company, so is Microsoft, but options on all of them are like low flows. They're very jumpy. Gotta be very careful. What are we saying here? You're saying NVIDIA CEO also filed for sale of 600 million shares. He wants a new yacht. NVIDIA CEO. That's why he sells 600 million shares. Or he's got to pay off someone in China. It's not that NVIDIA is a bad company. We don't know that. See, that's the thing about insider trading. It's a lot of times their own personal situations, and we take it as a signal of, oh, look, they're buying their own shares or selling their own shares. There's always stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about. So don't make decisions on that. Let's get into there. Yeah. So to the breakout, it's on its way. Very tricky though to hold this and do this. Can you guys survive this kind of move? I would struggle. I would really like de-risk it quickly, put in that big wick, big volume, all that. Again, AMD so far was the easy one. I don't see anything else that would have been simple. Scott, you're looking at the SPY break low of day. Yeah, may well have broken low of day, but look, it's inside an area where I don't want to touch it. If anything, later on, let's see something set up. Probably in a few hours. I don't see anything coming together right now. Yeah, that NVIDIA broke low, 136. Was it 135? 136 is where it wants to go. Oof.
Caught in it. SMCI short at the open. It's still going.
SMCI, let's look at that. Look at that thing. Oh shit. You cut the ORB, I guess.
Yes, sir.
The opening range. Very nice, yeah. So the opening range, we'll put some lines on it. You guys can get a good clear picture of an ORB. Basically, the first minute, again, after the 2 or 3 minutes, you could say, the first minute really identifies the opening range, and then you have a breakout from there, fairly straightforward. Then a consolidation and a second leg down. That's it. Don't plan for the third leg. Very nice. Very nice you caught that. Good catch. Let's see on the 30-minute, what does it look like? We'd have these levels. Look at that. Even that was a breakdown of the 80M level. Straight through. Super weak. Very cool. It's funny how the 80M level coordinated perfectly with the ORB. Yeah. This next level as well, and minor consolidation, and then go. Again, this is all scalping. Big move already. Nice. What else am I missing on the chat here? Jackie, you want to know about NVIDIA? Well, that's Nathan with the bookmap stuff. Mark, you want to do an Ookla? This is that nuclear stuff, right? Is it? What happened here? Well, big downtrend and suddenly went the other way. See, this thing's interesting. It went all the way down and suddenly go the other way. On a 30-minute perspective, the way I trade, there's no way to catch this. But let's see, on a 1 minute, if you believe it's in play, yeah, you catch a 1 minute ORB. See, this first minute was very strong. The second minute, a very good pullback, which probably bounced off the VWAPs. Then you have that rebar play going up, an ABCD here for the second leg, and then it crashed. Actually, that's perfect. Look at that. ORB, first leg, consolidation, second leg. Done. Another good piece of price action. Did you catch it? It's really good.
Thanks to Nathan. I had the one leg move from level to level on NVIDIA. His hint on the green bubbles, I ignored it, and then I took the trade. Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, I saw that absorption. I saw it absorb going into that one level, and the sellers or the buyers just really couldn't hold. So you could just see how hard those. You see how when you're looking at how hard those sellers were just slamming the ask, and they would not, or slamming the bid, they would not let the ask lift. That means that's kind of knowing that you've got a very, very aggressive seller really attacking. And then you start seeing those layers come on lower on the order book. You're like, okay, this guy really wants to get down here.
Nice.
So good job, man.
Thanks to you. I think that we need one session. I know that you have a mentorship session on the book map. Maybe we can have one for Avi's group one time. Because
Yeah,
we
sure.
keep talking about the book map, but some of us are new, and then maybe we can learn from you.
Yeah, well, it's also easier if we are doing it on BBT because you're talking to people writing questions.
Yeah.
So you're just talking to yourself. So it is a lot easier to show my screen and actually have you guys talk, and especially if you bring bookmap up on your screen, you know, we can kind of discuss and talk. But yeah, I'd be happy to let Avi know or let me know whenever.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Just sitting here all day.
We'll create a session, get you on the calendar where you can come on in and
Perfect.
get through a good session. Yeah, that'd be
We
fun.
have Thursday sessions, Thursday at 11, which the mentees can present. So we can, maybe Jackie can schedule it for one of the upcoming Thursdays.
Yep. We'll work it out with Jackie. It'll be a Thursday session. Again, they're fun. Nice.
Does a subscription to Bookmap come with your BBT subscription or no?
That'd be nice, man. So Bookmap keeps contacting me about being a brand ambassador, specifically for BBT. So I'd love to work stuff out like that with them to see. But I know they don't usually give a lot of discounts. I can't even get them to do like a free month for anybody.
Really?
So I've been really talking to them and trying to get on them. But we're gonna start getting guests on every month into the class on Tuesdays, and I'm gonna try to get Bruce in there and some other people from Bookmap, and maybe you guys can harass them a little bit, like, hey, give us something free, and then like, Bruce is a big pushover.
Give me that handout.
He likes to make people happy, and he'll actually start, if you guys interact with him and he starts talking about it, yeah, so we get him in there and start harassing him about it.
Yeah, keep us updated if you set something up.
Yeah, I've got a special guest coming in this Tuesday. So you guys, if you want to come and show up, there's a special guest coming in this Tuesday. They did confirm. Thor forgot a couple weeks ago, and I was like, Thor, it's the second time. look bad for my class.
The best package that we can get is through TOS is $40 per month.
Yeah.
For the
and
month.
unless you want some of the other like nicer, fancier things,
Yes.
that one's perfectly fine. It's
80%,
it's
70% of the users, that $40 package is good. But for the advanced users, like yourself, the other
if you're really wanting to get into futures and do some other things, like that's kind of what Bookmap is made for. And so when you want to get into some of those other things like icebergs, stops, and putting in cloud notes and really getting detailed on price action and order flow, then that would be when you would want to start to look at the full software. But other than that, man, just get the TOS version. It's cheap, especially for the information you get and how you can use it. It's super cheap. It's a great deal.
Nice. Ali here, you want to know about Amazon? Let's have a look. Ooh, it's messy here. Let's see. So 30-minute picture. Whoa, it's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Look at that. It's been choppy right here. It's been choppy. It's been choppy out there. It's a big mess. 30-minute picture. There is absolutely nothing. 1-minute picture. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to tell you. It hurts my eyes, man. These candlesticks got teeth on both sides. They're overlapping each other, going nowhere. You're just gambling if you're playing with this. Please don't play with this. Stay away from it. Yeah, Gurinder, go ahead.
Yeah, so I had a plan on SMCI and AMD to short both of them, but it didn't get to my level I wanted to short from. But if you were going to go short, where would you have taken the short and where would you have put the stop loss there?
Yeah, so SMCI, I would look at the 30-minute picture of the consolidation above the level, and then I'd look to catch the breakdown. So let's go into the 1 minute now. 1 minute messed around, and here's the breakdown candle.
Yes.
One. If I caught it, I'd enter somewhere below the line, somewhere in this candle, and the stop would be just above that candle.
Okay.
I hold it. Yeah. Well, 40. I'd probably take a majority of it off at 40, knowing there's probably liquidity there. It's close enough to the target. At that point, you'd be at 4-1 or 5-1, something like that.
All right. Thank you. Same on AMD, like they're both the same pattern.
Same stuff, yeah. AMD's pretty much the same setup.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
So I actually did that trade right. Yee-haw. Except I didn't
So
parse a lot at all. I kind of just let it run, and then I just brought my stop down for, if it stops me out, but it's just going, so what the hell?
Nice. Well done, Dean. Good job holding. And holding becomes easier once you de-risk, as in you tighten up your stop or you take some off. And good job holding it. Like it. All right, guys. Yes, news coming out. Thanks for the reminder, Katie. Here we go. 10 seconds. Let's see what happens.
Good morning. I have a question. I have different levels on the DAS on the SPY 1 minute and the 30 minutes. I don't know why.
On
Or is that
DAS?
normal? Yes.
You're talking about the 8 a.m. candle, right?
Yes. Fibonacci level.
The levels, yeah, I'm using it on a 30-minute. So if you look at my SPY chart here, that's the top of the 30-minute candle. That's the bottom of the 30-minute candle, not the 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. But okay, so it's
so remove
okay,
the levels now. Just remove them and put them on based on a 30-minute candle. You probably got the time frame wrong, is my guess. Look at this, guys. It's been jumpy already in this 1 minute so far. With the 10 a.m. news, you can see the behavior of this candle. It hasn't really gone too far, but you can see the behavior is jumpy, jumpier than it has been previously. Yeah, now I may want to go. Again, it's like playing the open all over again. So there you go. That's the news. That's why I don't touch it during the news. Don't know where it's going to go. But yeah, Jackie, check your time frame. I think that's most likely the case.
yeah, I changed on the one that I had 1 minute. I put it on 30 minutes. I put the level again and then changed to 1 minute, and now it's perfect. But it's strange because that's the first time that happens to be the levels on with the 8 o'clock candle. So I don't know, but thank you.
Sure, you got it. Yeah, just make sure that they're on the 30-minute. Anytime you're unsure, just go to the 30. I always go. Anytime I get confused in life, I look at a 30-minute chart and everything's clear. Yeah, it's like that. So that works for everything. Harnath, yes, we do have a hotkey for the levels. One of my mentees, Avi, created it. You're in the mentorship group, right? Harnath, I think you are. It's in our Discord forum area. All in there. The hotkey instructions and the script. All right, so the SPY got jumpy for a minute, and now it's not. What was that? Inflation news and something else. Let's look at this 30-minute setup now. I don't see anything. I just don't see. We have a new 30-minute candle, but it's gone nowhere. It's done nothing. It's not at a level. And obviously no pattern. Oh man, I might sit out today as well. You know what? At this point, I'll just retire from day trading because it's really like once a week I get something to trade. What's the point?
You did trade one, but you make 200K. So
That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor
trading was
Avi.
one 200K.
I'll be
That's somebody's
serious.
yearly salary.
Yeah. Poor Avi. Only got one trade in.
you know, it's the excitement that I'm missing. You know, I want to put some risk on. I want to like play a game.
Hey, if you're retiring, I want my membership money back.
Sure. Oh, gosh. Deal with all that. You know, I can't retire. I'm tied to all you guys. Oh shit.
You can go small size, 10,000 shares.
Oh shit.
Really?
Wow. 10,000 shares. Holy shit. Thinking of those numbers is quite big. I'm so not used to it. Not used to it anymore. It's just contract sizes. Bam. I think the biggest size I ever took with equities was about 40,000 shares at one point on some, must have been like a $20 stock or something, Disney or something of that nature, maybe a year ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest I ever did with equities, and I realized the buying power required for that was just enormous, ridiculous. And I was like, you know what, I don't want to.
Yeah, it forces you to go to options, doesn't it?
Yeah, at that point, I mean, there's just a lot of cash sitting doing nothing overnight every night. I'm like, wait a second, there's better things to do in life, you know. So yeah. Anyways, feels like a while ago now.
What do you think of Tesla for the breakout? I'm not saying get breakout, but just getting your opinion.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Retest and breakout.
Tesla. Okay, 1 minute picture. So these higher lows are very interesting. It put in that top there, lots of resistance. Yeah, consolidation before the breakup, but realistically, looking at a high of day break is what you're really interested in.
Yes.
Well, let it consolidate around this 358 area below the high of day. If it gets up there and keeps putting in a nice, like an ascending wedge on a 1 minute chart, a little consolidation, then you look for the pop through here, and then you're looking at liquidity probably at 360. It's a nice big round number, right? So make sure you get all that liquidity stacked up overhead, and then you can expect a bit of a pop and get that high of day break. So it's not there yet. It's still consolidating here. Let it break, and then it'll consolidate before it does a healthy break to the upside. Could happen. It's not happening now, but it could happen. Yeah. This is a
It's
good
strange that it's hit at its very level. I'm not sure what is the name of that level. Yeah, that burgundy level.
Yeah. Anyone know? I've lost track of it.
I don't know what is that level that is just keep bouncing from there.
Anyone got the meaning of this level?
It's called an Ashgar line.
All right, we're evolving now. I think you just pissed me off. It's Friday. You should say Avi. Oh gosh. This is great actually. Look at this price action. This little consolidation lasts 4 or 5 minutes. But the higher lows hitting a flat top, it's an ascending wedge looking like coming together. Good opportunity for a breakout, basically. So far, that's the picture. And you want the same picture just overhead and then go. Fun.
That is the only opportunity that I'm looking at is Max Evans. I'm looking at my charts. That's the only one that I can find. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but that's the only opportunity.
Yeah, wait for it. If it happens, it'll be good. If it doesn't happen, no trade. Just sit out. So close doing nothing. Spy doing nothing. Nvidia, there's just nothing here.
I hope it happens after
Hey.
11 a.m.
11 golden time.
So, because I'm looking at it, so I'll take it, but I won't trade it before 11.
You didn't take any trade, did you? Did you take any trade?
Sorry?
Did you take any trade today?
No.
Okay, good for you. So you're sticking to your rules.
Yes. That was great, man, yesterday. Just sleep until 11 and then show up and trade. Good statistics there.
Isn't it better to like sleep?
Oh,
stress,
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, and then sleep actually sorts out your brain. You know, if you're well rested, you can think clearly and all that stuff. And you probably trade better just on that basis, just because you got good sleep.
Yeah.
On top of the numbers being good, as in you better win rate and all that. Take care of sleep. You have three things: sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Sleep has the biggest impact, then nutrition, then exercise. In that order. And there goes Tesla. This will be funny. Good. Maybe we have something to watch here for a little bit. Tesla for that 5-day break potential. Check the order book on Tesla, guys. There's got to be something over at 359, 360. I'm sure there's stuff sitting there.
Really balanced.
Okay.
The next big, there are a 350, 359, but the big one is 360.
Yeah, 360 makes sense. You want an imbalance to the upside, basically, if you're looking for this kind of scalping momentum breakout. What do we got here in the chat? You guys are so chatty today. Mark, one Lambo. No, I have no Lambos. I have one Jeep, and that's in the garage too right now. So I'm on my feet right now. I gotta walk wherever I want to go. No Lambos.
We doing poker today?
Yeah, I'll take your money. Sure.
Okay. You can have my think money. That's what I just contribute. That's what I meant. Contribute to the pot.
Keep contributing, man. I'll take it all night. Yeah. There we go. What's going on here? Agnes, Amy, you're frustrated. What's going on?
I know you don't like meta, but it's getting to a level. What do you think of it? Or Avi level?
I'll look at it. You guys get some. I'm just catching up here on the chat. Looks like, yeah, getting stopped.
Line.
Ascar lines, no, man. That's great. You gotta find your own levels, man. These are mine. You can't use
I can change the color. Yours is burgundy. I can put green. I have green.
No, that's that. Oh man, do we have to do this? Do we really have to do this? Oh gosh, Meta's getting to a level, but I mean, it's a joke. I mean, this thing is a garbage can. Look at this. It's pixelated. Yeah, in my eyes, ex-girlfriends never look pretty. So don't look at this thing. No point looking at it.
That's how I'm starting to feel with Tesla, man. Every time I jump in Tesla, it knows that I jump in and then it goes the other way.
It's tough, man. Tesla is tricky, and with Tesla, one of the odd things, I always pay attention to the wicks. It tells you a lot. Buyers and sellers. Tesla behaves like the SPY quite often, just wiki. But you pay attention to the wicks. You learn to play the wicks. So I think it's more complex, basically. But again, once you get a pop out and go, it really goes. So you have to time that, really time it well. Again, Meta's not too different. Similar idea.
I think for Tesla, there's a lot of algos that are fighting each other, that which one is going to win the other one. So it's very difficult to trade Tesla.
Yeah, and that's probably true. Again,
the wins are big and the loss are big as well. So if you don't have a good stop loss, the wins are really good, but the wins are bad if you don't have a stop loss.
Tesla likes, it's a lot like futures, similar to like the NQ. It really likes to sweep areas, especially if you look at like the 15, 30-minute chart. It really likes to sweep those areas for liquidity. If it's struggling to go higher, that's where you'll see some of those just crazy moves. It'll sweep areas and it'll stop people out. That'll push it a little further, and then it'll get to one area and just reverse. And so you really have to kind of, like Avi told me, to trade Tesla a long time ago, just pay attention to the wicks. You really have to pay attention to the wicks, and you'll see a lot of those wicks go down into areas where stops and stuff would be. And Tesla really likes to get into those areas.
Yeah, there's just so much interest on this thing. It's crazy. There's orders and shares to be liquidated everywhere. So look where we're looking at high up there, the first candle. Let's see what is that? Is there anything there previously? Yeah, just an area of chop yesterday. Then we have a bit of a support area previously too, but now it's breaking the high. Interesting.
Avi, can you look at 5 minutes for Tesla?
Yeah, sure. So guys, real quick, we had that consolidation for break of the 5 day. It's off it goes now. I mean, I think it was a tough one to catch. Really hard to catch it down here, but it's happening now. Wait for the retest if you didn't catch it. 5 minute, what do we have? Yeah, these are setting lows. Yeah.
The first candle in the 5 minutes, when the stock between this range, it normally doesn't work.
Is that your back testing?
Yes, and it's worked for most of the stock in your Fibonacci level as well.
Yeah. So good. If you know it doesn't work, then don't trade it there, right? Wait for the breakout. Off it goes. And this is a good breakout right now on the 5 minute. Again, you have these higher lows. Now, if you look at that first breakout that happened at 9:45, it'd be very hard to take it on a 5 minute picture because you have these higher lows, but
no, what I mean is
one came lower. So that's how.
First independent candle out of the 5 minutes range. It's gonna be the one no, it's working now.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't have any connection to it.
Yes, I see what you mean. First independent candle outside. Okay. Is that your trade book? Is that what you're looking at?
This is what I add to your trade book.
Okay. Oh, you're adding it to mine. All right. Cool. Thanks. Cool. Yeah. Let me know how that goes for you. That's interesting. That's a good analysis. I like it.
Sure.
Let it break out and go. It's actually a very good thing. This is actually really cool on the 5 minute. I like this activity. You would not have entered that first breakout attempt on Tesla because of the 30-minute picture. This low here on the 30 minute, sorry, on this 5 minute was just about the same area as the previous low. It wasn't a higher low, so you wouldn't touch it. And then it kept making higher lows, and now the genuine breakout. Looks like this one will be genuine, just based on the quality of the consolidation as compared to the previous one. So this is something I look for on the 30-minute chart. You can see here on a 5 minute. Sometimes I wonder, should I trade the 5 minute, but then I won't get big enough moves if I do. I used to trade the 5 minute. Look at that. The 5 minute would be a mess. Anyways, cool. Good, man. There you go. Retest on Tesla. Happening now. Let's take a look. You guys are writing paragraphs here in the chat. I can't even keep up. It sounds like stopping out and being persistent. So you guys know what to do, right? Stop out, accept your stops. It gets emotionally difficult, but you gotta make sure you don't blow up emotionally, financially, or mentally. That means you have the ability to show up the next day and you're in the game. As long as you stay in the game, you survive the learning curve, and you manage your risk, you'll find that the profits take care of themselves. It really is that way. 95% of my trading is managing risk. It's only a little bit of the time that I actually think about profits. It's only when the thing is the price is in my profit target area, which is rare. Again, very little. So basically, manage your risk, profits take care of themselves. That's how that works. There goes Tesla. So you had that consolidation, breakout day, retest, off you go into liquidity at 360s. Probably lots of volume in there right now. Who's in this? Somebody catch it? Nice. Nice. There you go.
I did.
Yeah, I also did.
Dude, all you guys making money. Good for you, man. Damn it. Now I'm jealous. Nice. Good catch, guys. It's a very clean action, really. At least pattern-wise in that area.
If
Now
you
that-
want, we can offer you mentorship, Avi.
Yes, please. Oh my God, I need it. I need
We
like.
have ASCAR levels, and we have something.
At star level.
Yeah, for a small $1,000 fee.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna screw up my trading. Watch this. Spend enough time with you guys. I'm gonna. Oh man, love it. Dennis, R-vol on Tesla's low. Doesn't matter. I never look at R-vol because, well, when I traded these Mag 7 stocks not long ago, I never looked at R-vol because they've been in play for 5 years, man, or 8 years, whatever. They're always in play. Okay. It's when you're looking at catalyst stuff, that's when you need RVol. Stuff that you would never look at just comes out of the blue, Oak or something. That's when you need RVol. Yeah, Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, so you waiting for consolidation now under the Avenatti level on SPY, or what are you thinking?
I don't think there's anything on the SPY. It's just a disaster. I can't tell anything. If it breaks through right now, I wouldn't enter. I'd like to see a consolidation. Let's see, let this candle close, which still has another, 12 minutes or so. Ideally closes inside of the level. And then I'll look at the 1 minute. If it's truly putting in an ascending wedge under the level, that's when I might go long. What is interesting is these lows are getting higher, so I'm liking this look on it. But again, I have to wait for this white candle to close before I even really pay attention to it, and then we'll see what it looks like.
Thanks. Thanks, Avi.
Yep, sure. So Tesla 360 and holding above, that is bullish indication. It hit liquidity at 360 and didn't drop dramatically instantly. That's what it does quite often. As long as it holds above, or at least holds in the area without dumping, then I think there's an opportunity for a continuation. So something to keep an eye on. Oh yeah, and it is at an area of difficulty. You can see previously that was support, so it might get tricky up here. 361-ish was support a couple days ago. Anyways, this overhead chop, basically this chop overhead. If you're going to try and hold it, it's likely to get a little messy. It's holding up there, 360. It didn't get shot down, right? Those sellers were sitting there, but didn't take over and try to dump it yet. It's already been a few minutes, and that's a good sign. Good sign for the bulls.
Yeah, I was writing my last 5 contracts up, Avi, and I just didn't like that red candle, so I got out. But got a fantastic move on it, though.
Nice on Tesla.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good job, man. You took the out of the money contracts over there.
No, the 57 halves I took.
The what?
The 357.50.
Okay, so just in the money.
Just in the money.
Yeah, up
I
to
had a little. I had 20 contracts. I didn't want to go too far.
Yeah. Nice. Good catch, man. With 20 contracts, that's solid. It goes fast. Those contracts really fast.
Yeah.
Nice. And 0 DT, I'm sure today's 0 DT.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's plenty. That's huge. Great catch. There you go, guys. Now it's popping up as well. 361. Man, I should be trading this stuff. Oof. Fun.
Have you any particular reason you didn't take Tesla options today?
I don't trade Tesla. That's why. Just banned. Complete ban. The only thing I'm allowed to trade is a SPY, and that's a SPY options. Nothing else. And the reason is I run into liquidity problems with all these other tickers. There's nothing else I have found that has enough liquidity. Just SPY options, not even SPX options. So that's it. That's the whole reason for it. There you go. Look at that. It is moving rather smoothly. I thought it'd be messy up there, but there you go. 362, big target. Again, look at liquidity. You'll find it up there. For me, it's just a level.
I think anyone who's inside the Tesla trade, they can take 80% off at the target and then wait for maybe it can go to the next one as well as it is moving.
Nice. And you're in Tesla long term, right?
Yeah.
That's why. This guy's just a Tesla bull all the way, man. Love it. Yeah, it could go. It's got good strength in it. Let's see. What do we have? Yeah, up here. Yeah, breakout and retest. I mean, look, on a 30-minute perspective, it's one giant candle so far. It's going to have to rest before it continues. So as long as you survive the little consolidation before it goes, good. Very good. Good setup. It's so funny. You can see that setup happening or coming together like 10 minutes before. Break high up there as it was consolidating down here at about 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock. And the breakout happened at what, 10:12. So about 10, 12 minutes before. You can start getting ready for that trade. It's really cool. I don't know, it's what, 30-minute ORVs? No, I don't look at ORVs. Whatever minutes. I don't look at overviews. I'm looking at 30-minute candlestick patterns, like on the SPY. What you see, that's it. That's all I trade now. Shane, you haven't even unlocked your montage yet. Nice, good. Risk management. Not trading is risk management. It's very good. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of very interesting stuff here in the chat. Good stuff, guys. I like it. Risk management, surviving a losing streak, dealing with it. Get good at dealing with losing streaks, guys, because you'll have them. I have them all the time. Mine usually last a couple of hours. 5-6 trades straight and losing every single one, which means down like $200,000, something like that. But then at some point later, you catch something. It's just a losing streak, and even winning streaks. You got to survive those too. Got to make sure your ego doesn't get out of hand, and you start to feel like you know what you're doing, because you don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows. This is the market here. You have no idea what's going to happen. All you can do is manage your risk. So losing streaks and winning streaks, it's all a part of the business of probabilities. You got to get good at surviving both, and then you're in the game. Very, very important stuff.
Yeah, I Wednesday and Thursday, I had 2 max loss days in a row. And then to come back strong today is just, it makes me feel really good that I'm making that progress. Normally I would be like, with my tail between my legs, afraid to trade after 2 max loss days. But I just came back and it's just, I guess, just from doing it over and over, you just build that. And
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're surviving it. You're understanding the psychology behind it. It's perfectly normal. Max loss, it's a good thing, because now you know what happens when you have a losing run. What's next is a winning run. So it's always exciting. When I get into a losing run, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for the next little run. It's gonna be great. And I have 10-hour trades every day. So it's so funny how the psychology works. It's really upside down, but a good job surviving, coming back strong, and doing it again. Resilience, lots of strength. You got to train for strength. Just like you train your body for strength, you got to train your mind for strength. Same thing, absolutely the same thing. Yeah, Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I'm just wondering. I went in on NVIDIA at S4, so I'm doing okay so far. But I'm just wondering, is there a place that you would consider putting an ad on?
Where's S4?
S4 was 136.11.
Yeah, right about there at the bottom. Okay. So you went in as a bounce off S4, and so what's your target? R3, is it? R4?
Yeah, R3 probably. Not even. I just need. Well, Thor gets out at R4 or 4 times 4R, right? So that would be $2. But I don't know exactly where it's going to go today. But I would consider taking profits at where the 50 is, which is about 138. What is that? 138.26 or so, which would give me 4R. Which may come, but if I'm seeing indications that it's going to run, I'm considering adding. But where would be a place that you would think of adding? Because we're getting a nice trending upswing here, where it's following the 9 up.
Yeah. So for adding, the prerequisite that I have is you got to tighten your stop first. Do you have the ability to tighten your stop right now? If you can do that, then you have the opportunity to add. So based on your risk management strategy and what you use as risk management, a level or a moving average or whatever you're trying to use, if you're saying it's a trend, typically you would be looking at a trailing stop or trailing a moving average, because moving average is very important as a trend. So if you can tighten up the stop based on your trade book, then that allows you to add on more size without adding on more risk. Then it really gets bigger that way. So
Okay, so I just added there, but the 100 that I added is on a trailing stop of $1, but the rest are still at the same original stop. So,
okay, I typically don't do that. That gets a little tricky. I'd rather just look at your new break-even point and stick the stop over there. That's what I usually do. When I'm adding, I'm always making sure firstly I get into a risk-free situation.
Right.
So break even or better, and then I try and tighten it up and add.
Well, I could just do a break even. Yeah.
But again,
easier.
Where your stop is really important. It should be based on your trade thesis. right?
Yeah.
If your thesis you're bouncing off S4, and then on the way to wherever your target is, if you have a thesis that okay, if it holds this particular level or average, whatever, you can move your stop in below that new place, then you can add. So it's just think of it in a very methodical way rather than okay, I'm just gonna stick there break even. So again, where your stop is matters because your stop should be in a place where basically if the price goes there, it shows that your thesis is negated and you don't want to be in it anymore.
Right.
Think of stops that way, and in that sense, you'll be able to think about adding as the second step. Okay. Cool.
Hey, do you know the probabilities, like the maths for probabilities haven't been discovered since 1800s?
Really? The guys were smart back then? No, they weren't. You're lying to me. That probably makes sense, I guess. I mean, they had what?
Pretty new concept.
Yeah. Well, hold on a sec. I would have thought probabilities, if I'm thinking about history, like the ancient Greeks would have come up with that stuff. No? Ancient Romans, those guys had all kinds of education stuff going on. But 1800s is relatively recent, yeah, in that perspective.
That maybe that's the reason that our mind doesn't think in the probabilities. It's more kind of emotional to nature.
Well, we can go back into the evolution of the human brain and go into that stuff, but basically we are fear-based creatures. That's what's helped us survive as cavemen and running away from lions and stuff. And now we've built society. So fear is the main driver really for our evolution. I think it's fantastic. It's powerful. We need it. But now if we can channel it very carefully for something like day trading, my God, it's powerful. So fear is amazing. So yeah, cool. Yeah, probabilities. No, I don't think it's part of our nature because when you have fear, the only thing is you want to guarantee safety. You run. You have endorphins, adrenaline in your blood. You run. That's it. You're running for safety. So that's the fear mind. Probabilities don't come into that picture because either you survive or you're dead. It's 100% either way. That's it. So yeah, probabilities is in that sense it's not natural for human beings. So in that sense, yes, it makes sense. It came out not long ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1800s.
I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson. His name is the astronomer.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
The person who had the show Cosmos on National Geographic. Anyone knows that?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I don't know. I don't have a TV. I have a computer screen, so I hardly watch TV. But cool. But nice. You learn stuff every day, huh?
You're saying that whenever we play the dice, whenever we need a 1 or 2, we gently roll the dice because we think it'll give us 1 or 2.
It's so funny. When we want a 6, we gotta rip it up, let it go. Oh man, that's awesome. I like that. Pretty cool. Nice. All right, guys. 10:30 now, so that's the end of this session. For my mentees, I'll put out the link now for the rest of the day, and we can get in there right away. But the rest of you here at bootcamp, that was fun. Hope you had a good week. Take it easy on the weekend, and we'll be back Monday for a whole lot more action, huh?
There was someone asking for the adding part. There's a good example on Tesla. As it was making higher lows and there's hammers over there. There was a good point to add if you joined at the breakout. If you got the entry of the breakout, there was a good chance to add over there so that you can push your stop loss to break even as well.
Nice. Cool. Thanks, Leopard. Yeah, it looks all right up there. There you go. Smack into a target as well. Cool. Good stuff. All right. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. For my mentees, keep up in the Discord now. I will be in there. Talk to you guys soon. See you.
Peace, everybody.